Should be recording. If there's something that's, yeah, recording has started. You're good.
Okay. All right, welcome everybody. We're here for 4002. We are recording. I don't know who wants to kick it up. DA Wallace or Sheriff?
I can go. So I think the update from last week, I was at a training and I talked to Tim on the phone. He wanted, he was confused by the changes as well. He seemed to understand that, we don't need that additional language because our program is set up differently than Benton County. Seemed very supportive of us, I don't know if I would say supportive of us taking it out, but supportive of us having a conversation about why that's needed. He couldn't tell me who had approved the changes or who was adding the changes. Asked that we provide the different job descriptions. So the one that was approved a couple months ago, the edited one that we don't know by who, Benton County's, so that he could kind of compare them side by side. I called the sheriff, or I think I might have texted the sheriff, and asked if he would be willing to do that since I was out of the office. Sheriff Landers sent Tim an email, I think probably within the hour or two of that conversation, so by Wednesday afternoon, with a couple different job descriptions, not only the ones that Tim had asked for, but I think there was an additional one that was more similar from a different county. And then we haven't heard anything back from Tim or the county at this point. I was back in the office on Friday. I sent a follow-up email asking if Tim wanted to meet with me, if he had any questions. I heard nothing back. I tried calling him this morning. It went to voicemail. I did send him an email and I said, can we get an update, as we had a meeting today and I wanted to give an update. And he emailed me back at 11:53 and said, I have a few questions that need to be answered. I expect forward progress by the end of the week. And that's where we're at. I don't know if the sheriff has anything to add.
I don't, I think, so you got an email after the last email you sent earlier today, is that?
Yes, he did not reply at all. He just sent it to me for some reason.
Okay. Okay, that's probably the most.
Yeah, I did forward it to you, so that should be in your email, but yeah, so I hopefully we'll hear something by the end of the week.
And
guess.
the only other thing that I think it was, Lieutenant Shanks and I saw him last Friday, I believe it was, up in Lincoln City on another deal. But of course, this topic came up and it sounded like to me from what he said that he was going to revert back to the district attorney's original job description. I even threw in there, I said, I don't think we would object to the, if there is behavioral health experience, that's not a bad thing, but just not make it a should or required. And I think, and from what he indicated to me, he agreed with that and was going to just double check and looking at the job descriptions and then let us know. So.
So I don't know if there's anything more that we can do at this point.
And is Commissioner Miller, was he tied up today? Is that why he's not here?
He is out. He sent me an email. I think the district attorney you might have got it too, that he was going to be out of town with his family for about a week and really unavailable. So, and then, so I don't think he was going to be here at this meeting.
So we still don't have an answer to the question of who we need to talk to about the job description, or is it Tim Johnson we need to talk to about the job description?
We
Well,
don't
from my
have-
understanding, talking
ahead.
to him, it sounds like he was going to make that decision on his own. And so I don't think he was the one that originally changed it, but I think he was going to make it work for us and so that we could get going. That's how I understood the conversation.
Uh-oh. Right?
Oh, no.
Nobody talking.
No, it's in your hand. Hold on.
This is great.
I just went straight off.
That's what I do when I can't figure it out either. Turn it off and turn it back on.
Fixes everything. Always does.
Yeah, no.
Like, how?
Go back.
Amy, that's so easy.
You still hear us?
Can someone talk?
You hear us, Sheriff?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay, sorry, we're back. Okay, so that was enough of the deflection coordinator. We really squashed that one. Sorry, my apologies. The only, I just grabbed an agenda from previous meetings, so I have update on the budget, which we really don't. I do want to say that I misspoke at the last meeting. I think I said that it's been 4 to 5 weeks that we had submitted that grant for review to legal. It actually been close for like 3 weeks at the time, so I just wanted to put that on there, but we haven't heard back yet. I expect that we should hear maybe by the end of this week on that as well. But we'll need that so we can accept it and then do our budget amendments to add the deflection coordinator costs into it by October 31st, I believe. So that's just something to keep on the radar. Let's see. Anything else that I'm forgetting?
I think the purpose of this meeting was to hopefully get some answers to why the deflection coordinator with the stall was in getting the coordinator position posted, because that seems to be what's holding this up. And it doesn't sound like we've made any progress. But my suggestion is going to be to continue to meet and continue to send email so we have a timeline. Mr. Johnson says he's going to get back to you by the end of this week. So we will, I believe that's not Friday, because that's literally what's holding this whole thing up, is getting this job posted.
My plan is to email him back and, because he said he has questions that need answers, so I'm gonna email him back and say, is there any questions that the sheriff or I can answer for you? And I don't know, Sheriff, are you out this entire week?
No, I'll be back tomorrow.
Okay, I will stick that in the email then too. We are welcome to meet with him, or we're gonna meet with him as well.
And what questions does he need answered? He
Yeah.
just needs to that
Just a
question.
question.
So just tying it up, you. Awesome.
But
I'm
I will
not sure,
send-
but I think to tag on to what Judge Bockhart said too is if we don't hear back by the end of the week, there will be a commissioner meeting a week from tomorrow. So I think that would be an opportunity to go back again and ask the questions where we're at.
I agree.
I agree. I think we should all go back anyways, just be a presence, just keep showing up. I feel like that's
I'll sign up
what
for
we kind of need to do, you know?
3 minutes.
Is to just keep showing them that we're just gonna keep being present, because I don't understand why. If you have questions, why don't you just ask the darn question instead of getting back to me at the end of the week with questions that what are they?
Right.
It's a waste of time.
We want to meet next week.
I think we should continue to meet, whether it's Monday or Tuesday, until we have this position posted and we're actually moving forward. And the delay is well documented. When I looked back at the records, actually, the decision was made when I looked at the minutes for this to be in the DA's office in May. That decision was made. Well, the recommendation was made in May.
And we really started programming around
Yes.
that.
Yeah.
All the way back
Coordinator
in.
day there.
And we
all the way
had
around in
the description for 6 weeks,
I would say that it was 2 months, yeah.
I'll do 2 months for sure.
and it's still not posted.
So we will meet again Tuesday, October 22nd.
I preferred that, the 20, well, is the 21st the pre-trial meeting?
It is, but I would also prefer the 21st because the 22nd, I'm supposed to be speaking up at the chamber for their lunch presentation. And I know we had changed it originally to Tuesday for Jane Romero and HHS, but Jane let me know that they're not going to be participating until we need them. They don't think their presence is needed at this point. So they have pulled out at this point until they said, let them know if there's a time when we need them back.
Judge, do you have, would you like to cancel pretrial and
We
have
can
this?
move it to we can easily move it to a different day.
So schedule this.
And this is gonna be, this is gonna be pretty short, so I think we could move it even to 12:30. We could do a short meeting here and do a pretrial meeting at 12:30. Because pretrial usually doesn't take the full lunch hour.
Your original schedule had the next pre-trial meeting. Excuse me, hi. The original schedule had the next pre-trial meeting for the 28th. I don't know if you wanted to wait that long, but that you did have it scheduled for that day.
Maybe I missed,
Sheriff has it on the 21st on his calendar,
Okay.
temporary.
yeah, that's what I had.
I have it next week as well.
Yeah, I think it's on our calendars for next week.
I think an email just went out maybe yesterday.
Yeah.
About it.
I did. Anyway, so if we could move that to 12:30, I think we can make both these work.
Did you catch that guy? That pretrial is on all our calendars for next week.
That's fine. My calendar is off.
Okay. That it?
Yeah.
So,
All right, all. Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you.